Hey, what is that over there?
A dog.
You see that? That's a pussycat. Thai Nation, what's happening, guys? Again, we are 1-0. All right, we are 1-0. It was an ugly victory, but guess what? A W is a W, and I'll take it. We just got to clean up a couple things. We'll be good to go. Again, if you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed, please do. I appreciate it very much. And this episode, we're going to be talking about the 3 things I think the Titans need to do to get another victory. I will be talking about the injury report for both teams, as Tennessee Titans and Jacksonville. And we're going to be going over some of their statistics as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And like I said, let's do a little recap on the Denver Broncos versus Tennessee Titans game. I'll just go over that real quick. Again, like I said, it was an ugly win, but a win's a win. We do need to clean up a couple things as far as pass rush, wide receivers, and obviously our kicking problem. Okay, a lot of people don't think it's a kicking. Some people think that they need to get Gronkowski or whatever the hell his name is out of there. We'll see. Apparently, to J-Rob, not to pull the trigger just yet. All right, so let's just go over some of the statistics for Ryan Tannehill last week's game. Ryan Tannehill went 29 to 43 attempts, 249 yards with 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry carried the rock for 31 times with 116 yards. And Corey Davis had a breakout game with 7 receptions for 101 yards. So we're going to definitely need Corey Davis again showing up like he did against the Broncos. Okay? For Jacksonville beat the Colts. Now, again, we don't know if that was an upset or not just because it's too early in the season. Again, you always get that overhype and then you get the underhype. You have, teams that everyone thinks is going to be really, really bad. And then some teams that are really, really good. Last year, the overhype was the Cleveland Browns. Everyone said they were playoff contenders. Didn't come close to that. We demolished them in the first game of the season. Again, I'm not saying Jacksonville, but a lot of people say Jacksonville was never going to win a game this season. They were tanking this and that. But, again, you can't, I stress this, you cannot take any team lightly in the NFL. It's still a professional football team, and it's any given Sunday. It depends on who shows up Sunday. So, again, I'm not saying the Titans are going to lose, but if they take them lightly, like a lot of people have been, then Jacksonville can pull off another upset. But other than that, we have Gardner Minshew. He was 19 to 20 with 173 yards, 3 touchdowns. You had James Robinson, 16 carries for 62 yards, and Keelan Cole for 5 receptions for 47 yards with 1 touchdown. Okay? And like I said again, Jacksonville didn't look bad at all, guys, okay? Their defense, they have C.J. Henderson with his first interception, which is really nice. But the problem with the Titans is that we're actually pretty banged up compared to Jacksonville, okay? The injury report for the Tennessee Titans, and here I'll give you the list of people, and I'll let you know who the biggest loss in this is. And we have Malcolm Butler, who was limited on yesterday's practice, okay? If he's gone, hopefully he plays. But if he's gone, that's Adoree Jackson, that's Malcolm Butler out of the lineup, okay? And remember, last year in the playoffs, man, it would have been nice to have Malcolm Butler back in the lineup, and we couldn't. So those are big hits right there. So hopefully he comes and plays. A.J. Brown is probably one of the biggest. A.J. Brown missed practice, bone bruise in his knee, but they already ruled him out, and he's not going to be playing for Sunday. And top it off, he could actually miss a couple games. So that's a big piece on the offense that we really needed that we're going to be missing. Corey Davis and Darrington Evans both didn't participate in Thursday's practice, both dealing with hamstring issues. But again, Corey Davis, that happened last week with Corey Davis as well. He was very limited in practice, but ended up playing Monday night's game. I believe the same thing will happen here as well. I believe Corey Davis will step in. But Darrington Evans, we need him. Hopefully he can join us, have his debut, because we're going to need him to spread the ball out. He needs to catch the ball out of the backfield and also help Derrick Henry, even though Jeremy McNichols did a fabulous job, and I like the way that kid runs. Again, that's the injury report for the Titans, okay? For Jacksonville, they only have 2 players that were in the injury report. Linebacker Josh Allen, he didn't play Wednesday, was out with a calf injury, and tight end Tyler Davis was another person that was out. Again, we have a big blow. We have a lot of people on the injury report, and hopefully they can come back. I believe Corey Davis will. Hopefully Malcolm Butler will come back and play for us as well. Now, here are the 3 keys I think that will get a Titans victory. Correct? Number 1 is get the run game going. We got to give the ball to Derrick Henry, let him start it off, keep it going, let him pound the rock, pound the defense. Again, Derrick Henry has had success against Jacksonville throughout the years that he's been playing with the NFL. So it's usually 1 or 2 games. It's always every game. There's always a highlight reel with Jacksonville. So, again, hopefully we can get him going, have him explode through the hole, and have him get another highlight reel against Jacksonville. Another one is, the second key is wide receivers need to step up. Okay? A.J. Brown goes down. Now we need Corey Davis to step up and make plays just like he did in the Broncos game. I hope he brings that same style, that aggressiveness, catching the ball like he did in the Broncos game. Khalif Raymond needs to be a threat as well. He didn't perform very well the first game against the Broncos. I don't know if it was, first game jitters, but he dropped a couple balls and he just didn't look like himself. Again, they need to help Tannehill out as well. I say if a wide receiver can touch the ball, can physically touch the ball, he should catch the ball. Okay? And there was a couple drop passes in that game, the Broncos games, that maybe could have changed the whole game. The 3rd and 1 in the end of the game to A.J. Brown, where he dropped, it went off the finger. He should have caught that. Again, that would have sealed the game, and the game would have been over. So stuff like that, they just need, the wide receivers need to step up. Again, we're very thin on wide receivers now, okay? We're very thin. We left Cody Hollister go, and then we brought in someone else. But our wide receiver core is very thin, and we really need to improve on that. And the wide receivers that we have right now need to make plays when the ball's given to them. So definitely need to step up, okay? And there's 2 more, but the last one is pass rush. We need to get Gardner Minshew. We need to make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket. He can't get comfortable at all, because if he starts swinging the ball, it's going to be a very long game for the Titans. I mean, already, if Malcolm Butler's out, our secondary is going to be thin. You got Dory Jackson's gone, Malcolm Butler's gone. That's going to be very rough. So we have to attack. We have to get that pass rush going. We have to get in his face. We got to hit him every time he gets the ball in his hands. We have to make him feel uncomfortable. Again, Drew Lock is not better than Gardner Minshew. I think Gardner Minshew is better than Drew Lock. And look what happened. Look had some time to throw the ball. And luckily for us that we had breaks and, we had drop passes from the Denver Broncos wide receivers. But if they would have caught those balls that they dropped, our record would be different. We'd be 0-1, and we'd be talking about something completely different right now. So, again, we can't let them get comfortable. We have to attack them. Clowney needs to show up again like he did in the first quarter in the Broncos game. I understand the elevation playing in Mile High. Our defense was tired, but that happens with anything. It's just because of the preseason. There was no preseason games. He came in later in camp, and teams are still putting the pieces together, and slowly starting to grind out. And hopefully, we get this going faster than later, because later on throughout the schedule, our schedule only gets tougher. As of right now, we can't lose any of these games in the beginning of the season just because they're the easier games. But the problem is that the Titans usually end up are one of those teams that take a little bit longer to kind of get better. We get sharper towards the mid-season and then towards the end of the season. We're not very good beginning teams, especially for the beginning half of the season. We tend to start off slow, and we can't this year. We can't start off slow. We have to take advantage of these easy games that we should win. So again, I think that pass rush needs to be elite. Harold Landry needs to come off the edge. We need Clowney. Hopefully Rashaan Evans is playing as well. We're just going to need Vic Beasley as well. Hopefully he shows up and he plays. So we need those players to make a big impact and disrupt the QB. Also, that was the top 3 keys to winning the game. But also, I didn't add this, but I'm going to add it right now, is kicking. When we score a touchdown or we're kicking an extra point, we need to make those extra points. It sounds silly, but we need that. Now, again, I think J-Rob was protecting his friend, and that's why he kind of left it for him to have a redemption kick, I don't think on that 3rd and 1, I don't think he should have gone for a pass. I think we should have ran the ball. We would have gotten a first down and eventually score. I mean, we still had time on the clock, but I think Rabel wanted to kind of give him an extra confident booster and another shot for him to kick the game-winning field goal. So again, hopefully the kicking woes are out of our hand. It was just, maybe first game jitters, I hope. Again, all I want is just him to kick a field goal and make it. So those 4 keys, kicking, get the run game going, wide receivers in a step, pass rush, and should get a Titans victory, and we should be 2-0 and on top of the division. So again, let me know, guys, who do you think is going to win? What do you think the score will be? I believe the score is going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be like 20-17, 17-14. But obviously, I'm going to go with the Titans. So again, let me know in the comments below what you think the score is going to be, or what your keys are. What do you think the 3 keys are for beating the Tennessee Titans, the Jaguars? So let me know, and always tighten up, guys.